You can see there also at the bottom left-hand side of your screen, Lulama Matya standing by on Robben Island, not too far from Nelson Mandela's cell. And of course, this is all part of the ANC's 113th birthday celebrations. In fact, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosahas is also at Robben Island to kick off those celebrations that are really began in earnest. The party says the aim of Ramaphosa's visit to the island is to honor freedom fighters who are incarcerated there. Later in the day, he'll attend the party's main celebration day. In fact, it's a cake-cutting ceremony. It's going to take place at the Athlone Civic Centre in Cape Town. But let's take you to Lulama Matya, who, as I mentioned, is standing by not too far from Nelson Mandela's own cell. And Lulama, many years later, one wonders what those walls would say if they could speak. All right, what a pity. It looks like we don't have the best of connections to Lulama Matya, but it's understandable in many respects. It is about 10 kilometers from Cape Town in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That's where Robben Island is. And if history is anything to be considered, we know, of course, that people were sent there primarily to ostracize them. And that's why it comes as no surprise that signal is still a bit of a challenge in that part of the world. But of course, when you think about Robben Island and Nelson Mandela, the digits 46664 typically come to mind. And that is, of course, Nelson Mandela's prison number, which in many ways was reappropriated and used to really galvanize a lot of support, at least insofar as raising awareness around HIV and AIDS. Lulama Matya is with us once again, this time via our telephone line. And Lulama, you're really just taking us through the rich history that comes with being there for one.
Who are now the president is expected to arrive now, and the security is directing us as to what to do and which corner is he going to come from. We are just sorting ourselves out. We are in front of the cell of the founding democratic president, Nelson Mandela. The president is expected to come here and see for himself. Earlier on, he went to a quarry. We know that the description of the quarry is about what the prisoners used to do during the day. When it was described to us, it was said that it was a way of frustrating them when they were here at Robben Island. If I can ask video journalists like you to zoom into the cell, it's difficult is because there's lots of media constituencies here. But if you can see inside, there is a chair that is there with a plate and a cup, and there are blankets that are on the floor. The other blanket is being made as a pillow. There are no tiles on the ground, no carpet. It's just cement. This is where former President Nelson Mandela spent most of his life when he was in prison. After Robben Island, we know that Ayanda, he left Robben Island and went to Cosmo Prison, and then from Cosmo Prison he went to the Professor, that is now known as the Drakenstein prison. So the president started the 113th anniversary of the ANC with a visit to Robben Island. That is where the political activists, former liberation fighters, many of the ANC veterans were imprisoned at. As I said, we are waiting for him to arrive any moment from now to come and see for himself where former President Nelson Mandela used to stay. Ayanda.
All right, Lulama Matya, for now, thanks very much indeed. Lulama, of course, is on Robben Island. We've been seeing visuals of the ANC's past birthday celebrations because we don't have the best network to Robben Island at the moment to bring in some of those latest images. But we'll certainly keep dipping in and out of what's taking place there with the president, as you've heard there, set to arrive at any moment from now. In fact, I wonder if we can just take the still of what we can now see on Robben Island very quickly. There it is. Those are live visuals where Lulama Lulama, Matya, is, and what you were able to see a short while ago, was in fact the former president in Nelson Mandela's own prison cell. So much history, of course, around that particular piece of infrastructure, for lack of a better term. And I imagine we'll continue taking stock of that throughout the course of the morning.